Welcome back to the Pastors Podcast. Pastors Scott and José here. Hey, José.
Hey, how are you?
Also with us are Joon Kang.
Hello.
Jacy Corral.
Hi.
Steph Moss.
Hi, guys.
And excited to be here with you all. It's a full room. It's a full table right now.
It is.
So before we get started, this is coming out in November, so it might be a little bit of late news, José, but I heard
All right.
that the Lakers won the World Series.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Just
I heard it
back
too.
up that
I mean, it came right from my own mouth. So this is the second time I heard it.
Hey, you know what? There's a lot of non-baseball fans that are like, I heard that too. you know, so lots of fun things go on in the church office, like the Lakers winning the World Series, and but to my shame, that's more information than I know about either, you know, MLS soccer or Premier League, or, you know, so I'd name not only the wrong sport but the wrong players.
That's okay. I mean, it's understandable. I mean, and soccer is the only one true world championship. Just wanted to clarify.
I guess that's part of it. That's part of the issue, right? Like we call it the World Series, and you're all like, yeah, just because it happened in Canada doesn't make it the World Series.
But it's a wonderful game. I like it. The more I watch it, the more I like it.
I appreciate that. You know, Danny was just on the podcast recently, and so we've been talking a lot of baseball. And so we should talk more soccer.
No. I don't think so.
If we talked more soccer, José, would we talk more MLS or like Premier League?
More European leagues and Latin American leagues. Yeah.
No Galaxy, no LAFC.
No, perhaps just
I know our teams.
just for the finals, But I can get sucked in by soccer that it becomes more a distraction than so I know my limitations.
You don't follow soccer for the sake of self-control.
Correct.
Okay, I get it. I resonate with that. I understand that.
That's the wrong place to practice.
Jacy, you guys are kind of a soccer family.
we are. We're a house divided. So
Okay.
my family is from England and Germany, and so my parents keep trying to get the kids on board. But Carlos is from Mexico, and so we're U.S. It's tricky. This World Cup I'm terrified. It's not a time for unity.
Do the kids like gravitate towards certain teams when the World Cup comes, or is that like about to be determined? Is this why this is
We'll see. Jude proudly reps all things Mexico.
Okay.
He has jerseys, but then he loves Messi, and he played in a little LAFC camp this summer. So now he thinks he's an LAFC fan, and he's pretty malleable.
Okay.
And Penelope's just there for like the bowl of chips. So she plays, and both of my kids are now goalkeepers, which is horrible for me because it's so stressful.
That's really
to watch
nerve-wracking.
them.
Yeah.
It's really hard, but they love it, and they're pretty talented. And their dad was a varsity goalkeeper, so
Oh, that is great.
I know they love it. So they're getting a lot of coaching in the backyard from dad.
Does he scream at them when they make mistakes? Is that
Okay,
that
guys.
feels like Carlos? No,
I
No, I'm
gotta.
kidding.
I'm gonna speak with love and honor about my husband.
Well, it's part of the game.
Depends on
part
the
of the
kid
game.
we're watching. I'll say
Yeah.
that. It depends on who we're watching.
Well,
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
To be fair, I'm much harder from the sidelines on our daughter, and he's harder on our son. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Checks out.
Yep.
we know what they're capable of.
Yep. So not the topic of our
International.
Oh, see,
We're
we are.
supporting.
Speaking of, that's right. We're here to highlight some of our Christmas partnership offering projects, and so we are so privileged to have so many incredible partners that are serving across our city and across the world. And a number of them are key partners. Every year, this time of year, we seek to to help them and really funnel our generosity as a local church and as a church family towards meeting their needs. So that this time of year where there are so many different asks, where there's so many different where generosity is on the mind, particularly between Thanksgiving and Christmas, we take an opportunity to not kind of funnel that generosity towards us and try to, do ask for it, but step in the gap and make decisions as a church family where we are going to be generous together in ways that we can't necessarily as individuals. But when we as a family band together, there's all sorts of ways we can help and participate in the work God is doing in the kingdom building that's going on across the city and across the world. Steph, I'd love for you to maybe give us a little bit of a background of the Christmas Partnership Offering, how we think about it, what it's involved in the past, and what it's kind of brought us to. For those that are maybe unfamiliar, that are new to Cornerstone, and want to say, what is this Christmas Partnership Offering thing? Explain it a little bit, but love to get your thoughts.
If you're new to Cornerstone, welcome to the most wonderful time of year. We have partnered alongside ministries that are local and global, and we have key partners, all different levels of engagement with our partners. And one time a year, as Pastor Scott already mentioned, we do this Christmas Partnership Offering. And as long as I've been here, 20 years, we've done it every year. And the asks continue to just be really sweet kind of pictures into what the ministry work and the mission work that's going on through our partners, what God's doing in and through them. And by them sharing some of the needs or the special opportunities that are coming up, that if we partner alongside of them financially, we also can help them kind of move their mission forward or make an impact that maybe throughout the year, the regular ongoing giving that we do monthly as a church supporter doesn't always kind of fund the day-to-day operations. But this Christmas Partnership Offering is like a one-time gift for a special need. And how it comes about is we do have a missional partnership team. It's comprised of mostly staff members, pastors, and servant ministers within our church. And we come together and we ask our partners to kind of submit some of their needs, their projects, and different funding amounts, and just share with us a little bit about what the need is for and how it's impacting their ministry. And we come together as a team and we pray over each and every one of those project ideas, those needs, and finances. And then we work together to just ask God for his wisdom and discernment on what we should come alongside, what we can come alongside, and what we want to then turn back to the church as a whole and ask you guys to join in that partnership and helping us meet that need as much as we can. And it's also an opportunity, we always talk about on Sundays giving joyfully in our tithing, and this is an opportunity also not just to give joyfully, but also sacrificially and through our generosity. So we do ask people to really just pray about and consider how we can be generous and sacrificial with our resources at Christmas time. There's kind of two things that we fund. We talked a little bit about the special projects, but every single one of our partners also gets a Christmas card and a Christmas gift. It's just a cash gift that we give them. It's a way to just show our love and care and partnership and relationship with them through that kind of small tangible gift. And then some of the key partners obviously then have larger projects that we're looking to come alongside and fund. So again, we gather those as a team, we pray over them, we present them to you as the church, and basically are asking you also to pray over them, to sacrificially give. And it's really fun to see how God provides through each and every one of you. And then on the other side of it, it's been exceptionally a sweet opportunity that then when we go visit our partners, that a lot of times we've then gotten to see the projects in action. And it really just brings the whole vision together. So that's a little history on our Christmas Partnership Offering. Welcome to this opportunity.
Awesome. So you'll hear about this on a Sunday. We'll talk about it on a Sunday. You'll also get an email detailed with all these different projects. But during this time, what we want to do is just highlight and give you a glimpse into the story behind some of these projects, so that you can hear our heart and why these aren't just like, I don't know, items in a giving catalog, but why these are really key and specific needs that we have seen and are excited to be a part of. So first of all, I want to talk about the fact that as a part of our Christmas partnership offering, we are striving to raise $25,000 for a van to help with the ministry of Kevin and Leilani in Southeast Asia. And they've been longtime partners. We've been, Joon, you've visited them and led trips there. You've gone there 3 times now?
Only twice.
Twice?
Mm-hmm.
Third time coming.
A summer. Come join.
That's right. But what is it about, why a van, right? I mean, everybody's like, oh, I need a car. Mm-hmm. Why is this something we're particularly excited about?
Yeah. What's funny is I need a van too. If you know one, send it our way. But the thing with the van, the reason that they're calling it evangelism, which I think fits their modus operandi so perfectly. The first thing I like actually wrote it down on a notepad. Like, Kevin and Leilani will use this van. Like, emphasis on use. Like, if you purchase them a car, they're going to use that car for gospel ministry.
And the two of them don't need a personal van. Like, that's not what this is.
No. Yeah, this van, it's to partner up with a new developing team in a new region in the area that they're working at, in order to get them guests and visitors to basically like survey the area that they're going to be potentially working in, to reach parts of that country that just are largely inaccessible to a lot of people. And so a van provides a way for a mass amount of people. I think it's a 12 to 15 passenger van. So it provides an avenue, a way of transportation to get people into those areas to see the potential ground that the Lord might have ministry purposes for. And the reason that I kind of not aggressively, that's not the right word. I spoke up to fund this van pretty strongly because knowing and having a relationship with Kevin Leilani and their heart, not just to talk to people or connect to people. That's not their main mission. That's not their main goal. They want to be able to go into these areas to flood with gospel truth. And so if you ever have the privilege of going to do a mission trip, a short-term trip with Kevin and Leilani, they will throw you into the fire to share Bible stories, to share the gospel with people who have never heard the gospel, have only heard of Jesus in the context of perhaps a small tertiary story that they grew up in their context. And so I think the more people that can catch Kevin and Leilani's vision for the gospel, the better. And there's nothing better than a 12 to 15 person van to get people into an area to not only catch their vision, but then to execute that vision in an area that has never heard the gospel before. Man,
it's so exciting to me. And I mean, even as a reminder, right, one of the means they use for reaching, again, remember, these are unreached people groups.
Unreached.
Right? Groups of people that do not have a believer in Jesus. And so, the means they do is ecotourism, is bringing people into these spaces. And basically they don't have a way, like they have connections into these people groups without a way to get teams from states into to do that ministry. And so this is literally providing that way. I mean, to participate in this in the ways that in helping to connect the gospel to unreached peoples is. I mean, honestly, it's one of the greatest privileges to me. And so it's one of the reasons I'm really excited about this.
I mean, I've said this before on a previous podcast about their ministry, but if you want, this is just like now a general statement about their ministry, but if you want any sort of evangelism training at all, you go to them to get equipped on how to share the gospel. And to think that there's going to be now multiple trips with 12 to 15 people that they're taking along in order to survey a new area that's been unreached so that they can flood it with gospel truth is super exciting and worth every penny.
And more. Awesome.
Yeah, and more.
Awesome. All right. So Van is one of the projects we're looking at funding and raising funds for through our Christmas partnership offering. Another is connected to Enlace. Enlace does a number of different programs, and Enlace has a different model of evangelism, but it has a community development model, right? Where they are working with local churches, and the local churches are seeking to be a blessing to their city. Just like we're seeking to be a blessing to our city here, they're seeking to be a blessing. I mean, even in ways that we're learning from, they're seeking to be a blessing to their towns. And as that blessing, they identify needs in the town and do these projects. And where we can come alongside is we can come alongside a local church in an area, help to fund a project and help to be a part of that. Jose, you're leading a team also this summer to Guatemala to participate in and participate in one of these projects. And so what we're looking for here is $10,000 to fund one of those projects. Steph, you mentioned what kinds of projects they might be, and maybe and then I'd love to hear Jose, kind of you to elaborate on why that would be an impact in a local community.
Yeah, so Enlace, the community themselves in partnership with the church identifies the projects, but there tends to be common ones that they do over and over. So eco stoves, so that's not breathing in the toxic fumes from stoves that have all the smoke inside of the home. So eco stoves are a common project. Latrines, and so that helps with fresh water and different public health issues with going to the bathroom in the ground and on the floor rather than in a latrine. So building latrines. There's also reforestation projects. And so those are kind of the common three, and clean water. And so those four are often, when we go, it will probably be within the realm of one of those four projects. They're just still working on identifying the exact church, partner, location, and project for this summer, but definitely going to be one of those four.
So, Jose, So why are those types of projects, these kind of practical, logistical projects in a community, something that, how does that open the door to the gospel?
Yeah, this is very interesting. It's all about need, right? I mean, when we came to Christ, we came to him because of need. And what, as you mentioned, Stephanie, is that there are people on the ground that work for Enlace, and they have questionnaires. So the church sent these trained people, some of them seminary trained, and they go into the small neighborhoods, the places that nobody wants to go. And then they start asking questions. What is it that you need? And then also they get together with the local government to see how they can also contribute. So the strategy is one, to unite the community, the government, and the church, and try to form like a three-stranded cord that is very strong and impacts the community. The need is key. So once that need is identified for the whole community, then Enlace prepares one of those four, which probably are very typical for the areas that they worked on. And whatever they select is the one that will have the most benefit for that local community. And when they see the government, the church, and the community working together, which is very rare, right? They start and the church taking leadership, because it is the church that takes leadership of uniting the other two. And then they start asking questions. Why are your church different? Why are they actively involved? Why do they want to help us? And when they see that, they start asking questions. So their need is being met, and those conversations that perhaps would have not been had before open the door for the gospel. Because they know there's something. Nobody does anything for free, especially where there is so much need. Yeah,
I mean, it's incredible. It makes me think of Jesus and the way that he healed, the way that he met practical needs, not because those were the ultimate needs, but as a doorway in, so that people might understand their need, and so that he might say, now, I not only I bring you living water.
Yeah.
Right.
And these communities have suffered for so long. They have suffered for so long that they don't trust government. They don't trust community. They don't trust people. They don't trust churches sometimes because they have been let down. So when they see a church doing something and they're initiating everything, they became very curious because they wonder, are we dealing with a real church? Are we dealing with something we haven't seen before? So it opens, the need is real, the response is real, and then it opens the door to the gospel. Yeah.
I wanted to add something that we also witnessed when we took Pastor José led a short-term trip down there. And I think something that the community shared with us, but then also we witnessed, was that the surprise that the pastors were rolling up their sleeves and doing a lot of the quote unquote dirty work, right? Digging the trenches and carrying bricks. And that idea that the church was not insular and staying within their walls, but that they were actually out working alongside the people was really a radical transformation that people assumed a pastor should be, sitting in a fancy chair inside the walls of the church. And to see the local church actually get down and dirty and kind of do the work. And I wanted to add that all these communities, in the church, the community, and the government entities, they actually fundraise a majority of the cost of the projects. And then the last piece, let's say that they did $75,000 and they need just the last $25,000. That's where then a church partner comes in. They bring a short-term trip and they help to fund that last part and kind of showing that guess what? This is also, there are partners and people praying for and believing in this community and sharing God's love with you through not just their time, but also through bringing that kind of last resource of funding for the project. And so, I just wanted to add that they do a lot of that, the fundraising as well, and we're just kind of meeting a small portion of that.
And so that through our Christmas partnership offering is exactly that, right? It's that last portion of the project that this team will get to witness and participate in when they go this summer, but it's that last piece that we're including in our Christmas partnership offering to be a part of that as we go forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to add something to what you said, Stephanie. That's by design, that they raise a lot of the money themselves, because what that does is it creates ownership within the community. So they all take care of the latrines. They all take care of the well with the water. It's not like it's not somebody else's well or latrine. No, it's ours. So there's a built-in stewardship when you put a little bit of your contribution into the pot. Yeah.
It's so exciting to me, and this vision for the church being actively involved in the town, in the community, and being a force for good is something that not only have we seen and gotten to witness and partner with in Guatemala, in El Salvador, and in so many of these other places, but we're also seeing here in a lot of different ways through the development of our own community center, things like that. And one of the key drivers and context for that in our city has been Claris Health. And Claris has been for years a connection and front door into the meeting the needs in our city. And that's one of our key partners as well that we're including in this Christmas partnership offering, because Claris Health has some big plans and plans to take what they're doing and to be that hub, that place of meeting needs in order to open doors to relationships and see how that opens doors to the gospels in the gospel in so many different ways. And so Jacy serves as the president of the board of Claris Health. Yep. And there's a lot going on, but we're looking to raise $10,000 to contribute to this larger project of what Claris is doing. We'd love to hear a little bit about why that is and why you're excited about, or what that is and why you're excited about it.
I should start a clock so I don't talk too much. First I just want to say thank you. I'm in the weeds almost daily, but definitely weekly on all things fundraising and support at Claris. So to know that we didn't ask for this and you guys are showing up, like that, just God has shown up so repeatedly in this process. We're left speechless regularly because we ask and he provides. And that has just been the story of this incredible project. We have continued to ask for him to open doors and to bless us as we walk through them. And that is what this feels like. So for anyone not familiar with Claris Health, we are a nonprofit in Los Angeles that seeks to serve women and families who are dealing with really tricky medical, particularly unintended pregnancy decisions before, during, and after those decisions. So we currently have 2 medical clinics. One's in West LA and one is in Linwood, and serving different populations that find that they're more similar than they realize when it comes down to it. And that's what's so powerful about serving in Los Angeles. There's so much diversity here, but there's also so much that unites people in their lived experience. And we know that in the church. So we get to be on the front lines of kind of walking people through that. So the big project that we're working on is a brand new space. It's a huge campus. I say it's not actually going to be huge, but in my mind, it's huge. It's a large campus that we are building in Inglewood. So we will retain our West LA clinic so that we still have a presence on the west side, but our Linwood clinic will move into this Inglewood campus, and it is on Manchester and Crenshaw. We can see SoFi from the roof. We will be when the roof exists, but you can see we are right in the heart of Los Angeles, truly, and particularly in South LA, where when we really surveyed this, where the most need was in the city, it was South LA. It was South and Central Los Angeles, where women and families need the most support. And that is because most people who are dealing with these really challenging medical, social issues, right, challenges that they have before them, have other things going on too, right? And so I think there are statistics around most women who go into a social work office for one need is handed 5 to 7 referrals for other things. And those can be, say she goes into that appointment in downtown LA, she might be given a doctor she has to see in Long Beach and a therapist she can go see in Studio City, and somebody else is in Downey. And she may not have a car and she may not have childcare. And so it's really, really challenging to navigate the system in Los Angeles, because there are resources. There's a lot available. There are tons of people doing incredible work in LA. But to get to those things and to get your kids taken care of while you're trying to do that. So the idea behind this campus that we're building is that we are going to be a hub where we're going to bring all of those resources under one roof, so that a woman and a family, they can walk in and they can see all of these different providers in one space. They can have a safe place to drop off their kids. There's going to be a beautiful coffee shop, playground area. And ultimately, they'll also just have these partners. There's something like 400 partners that we work with in the city that could be covering anything from housing needs to domestic violence and trafficking support, all kinds of things. And all of those people will be represented. So we already have all of our lead tenants have committed to market rate rent in the campus, which is crazy. And we're going to have kind of hot seats for other people who will come and do more of a co-working. So they'll be there a few days a week and we'll have their schedule. And it's going to be operated by a new entity called Clarity Together. And Claris is a tenant of that, but Claris is leading that entity. And I always like to remind people that while Claris is not a religious organization, we are a 501c nonprofit. We were founded by and are largely led by Christians. And so that's why it's so important that churches come alongside Claris, because it's what Jose said earlier. We are seeking to be a blessing to our city. And the way that I see this, especially because I care so much about women and babies and the unborn and families and people who are just facing these challenges in the city, this is where I put my money where my mouth is for my values. This is how I get to show up and be those hands and feet of my convictions to support people really practically. So I will say this gift is particularly exciting because in the midst of our prayers, this is a almost $27 million campaign, and we hit just over 50%. We were sitting at something like 13.6 million or something. And as a board of directors, we were looking at each other going, all right, Lord, where's the rest of this money going to come? And just covering this in prayer. And then completely out of the blue, we received an email from a donor who wants to remain anonymous that they'd like to offer a $5 million matching gift on our next $5 million that we raise. So this gift from Cornerstone is not a $10,000 gift, it's a $20,000 gift, which to me, I've got goosebumps just thinking about it, because I'm telling you, God continues to show up for these families. That's really what it comes down to. There are real people who are served and impacted through Claris, and it's not a vanity project, right? This is not something that any of us can hang our hat on. It's just hard work, good hard work for people who deserve love and dignity and care that meets them exactly where they are and doesn't expect them to go some extra mile to meet the caregivers where they are.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Absolutely. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. And to be able to both be a part of that and really, I mean, I know that a lot of people that are part of Cornerstone are volunteer with, work with Claris. Like we're very interwoven, particularly even here on our campus.
Exactly.
But beyond that, we wanted to take this opportunity to, as a church family together, say this isn't just something that people in our church, that's important to some people in our church, but that we as a church family have this unique opportunity to be a part of the work there in this way. And I think with the timing of it, with this matching gift is a really unique opportunity, and one that in that sense we couldn't pass up. And so we're excited to make that a part of this Christmas partnership offering as well. In addition to that, looking back overseas, one of our other key partners is Africa Renewal University, one that we've been a part of for almost 20 years now, or for 20 years now. And we had a team out there. You've probably heard about it. If you were here, we had a team out there just last spring visiting them. And one of the needs, the very practical needs that they have raised is they just need more bathrooms. And we've done a lot of exciting things over the years, classroom blocks and, like solar panels and things like that. Steph, why are you excited about the prospect of our Christmas partnership offering going towards the establishment of bathrooms on campus?
Good question. I love that we're ending with toilets. Okay, so, I don't know if the word is humbled. I mean, there's a word I'm searching for, but I thought it was great that Africa Renewal knew that they could ask us for bathrooms. Because I think a lot of times donors, they want a project that maybe sounds good, that they can put their name on, or that really that you can sell to the church.
Wait, we can't put our name on the bathroom? I thought that was the whole plan here.
The
cornerstone, that's right.
For every $1,000 you donate, you get your name on the back of the toilet. No, but it shows me that they know that we've been there, we've done life with them, we have served alongside of them, partnered together with them mutually in this, kingdom building work and spreading the gospel. And so they just know that they can come to us and say, we actually need bathrooms. And it's not a fancy ask, but it's a true need that's impacting their campus right now. They have 400 new students that just reported to the campus this September. And so if you remember last year, if you're new, last year, the Christmas Partnership offering helped to fund the building of a cafeteria for the students and staff, a central place to eat. And there was a little sink and toileting area there, but it's now just completely maxed out and it keeps breaking down. And so they really need actual bathrooms that can really serve can serve the influx of students. And particularly they need some different bathroom structures for women as well. And so, this is it's a reality. Their campus needs it. They're growing, which is a God thing. I mean, just how much they've just been bringing in new students and partnerships. So we can just meet this tangible need at the ground level and provide a safe place, and also it's a sanitation issue as well. And so it's for all of those reasons, health needs, dignity, and just a tangible need at the campus. And of course, when we're there next time, we'll use the bathrooms. And
I just appreciate so much that just where we live, we love shiny things, right? Technology and the next best whatever. And this is all so practical. Like this is such a reminder to me. Like we live in luxury, whether we realize it or not. And I don't know, just such a no-brainer to me. Like why wouldn't we help with these things?
I wanted to add that because they also have the vocational training program, they often utilize the students in the construction program to do kind of the pipe welding and all the things. So it's actually a way that the students on campus get hands-on learning as well. So all these projects we fund, they often use the students to be a part of it as a teaching opportunity and hands-on training. So it's a really great also like stewardship model to see how they collaborate with all the different departments on it. So.
That's part of why I'm actually really excited about this too. Number one, because they knew they could ask, right? And number two, because if you want to train 400 additional people in a Christian worldview for the sake of the spread of the gospel, you need infrastructure. And we take it for granted. I mean, it's a great point, Jacy, that like, well, if we're going to build the classroom, like we have to have this. And honestly, we probably have city codes, I would assume, Jose, that mandate certain number, but this is a very different context. And so meeting these practical needs for the spread of if this is what the spread of the gospel needs right now, to be able to meet that is exciting to me.
Also, from another realistic point of view, it's very easy to say, well, why don't they plan and design the bathrooms to go with the classrooms and all that stuff, right? But as you can see, they might not have as much money as we do. So they prioritize.
Yeah.
And there's other ways that they can take care of that, but it's becoming more evident. So that means that whatever monies they get, they're very responsible with it.
Awesome. All right. Last but not least, there's one last. It was a relatively small ask and small project on this, but Craig and Lisa there's some basic. You want to talk about basic infrastructure, right? Like bathrooms is one of those things. Tables and chairs is another one of those things. And Craig and Lisa reached out and said, you know what? A couple of parts of our team are launching and expanding programs and just need some basic resources. Joon, what are we looking to fund? I think it's about $1,400. Is that $1,400? What are we looking to fund for Craig and Lisa?
It looks like so their ministry relies a lot on both like medical clinics that pop up in villages, and also a large arm of their ministry is in their faith garden. It's this regenerative. I would highly recommend you listen to that podcast with Craig and Lisa back in February, I believe. It's one of the most wonderful things and most ingenious things I've ever been in. This faith garden, where it's like a regenerative garden that uses every part of a goat farm and a chicken farm, and there's like a garden with different types of foods. But they as it expands and more people learn about how to plant regenerative gardens, they are going to need honestly just shelter. These are very simple things, but again, kind of like washrooms, kind of like restrooms. These are things that will help ongoing operations. So it's a one-time gift in order to help ongoing operations. And I think part of the thing that $1,400 is a small amount, but I think the ingenuity that speaks to the ingenuity of the Gustafsons, I think. And so I think while you might think this is a small number for a key partner of ours, you have no idea how much Craig and Lisa can stretch $1,400.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's some hygiene hand washing stations as well as a part of that. Right. And so it's, also not related to this infrastructure. And maybe that's one of these, that's kind of one of the themes this year. Between you're at these projects where we're talking about potentially latrines, bathrooms on campus, just like some basic infrastructure in our city, hand washing stations, and a van just to get people from here to there.
Yeah.
These are because of, in one sense, they're like, oh, they're kind of like basic gifts, but because of the work they are going to allow and facilitate, they're really exciting gifts.
In any organization, how important is supply chain and logistics, right? And I don't think that's any different for missions and gospel ministry.
Yeah, absolutely. So we hope, so total, we're seeking to raise about $80,000 through this Christmas partnership offering. That, here's the thing. I don't know, maybe it was like 5-6 years ago, we're like, we're going to raise like $40,000. And then everybody gave so much more. And they're like, okay, we'll bump it up a little. And then everybody gave so much more. And like, okay, we'll bump it up a little. Like everybody gave so much more. And so, this continues to be, the generosity in our church family continues to exceed our asks or our even what we can imagine. And so this, for for part of this, if anything that goes over that, will continue to fund these projects that need to get more fully funded. But we're just blown away that we can put these projects before you in faith, and we're also trusting that the Lord, through his generosity, is going to move our generosity to meet these very real and practical needs for the sake of the demonstration and manifestation of his love in these places and the declaration of his gospel as well. So thank you all for being a part of this with us. Thanks for the championing that each of you do. It's such an honor and a privilege to get to see that. And thank you all for listening. Thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for considering how you might get to participate in this work along with us. We love you, and we'll see you on Sunday.